The steps to buying or selling anything is identifying the need. In this case, it's a belt sander. Well, the mission starts now. There might be another one of these, just wait for me to get picked up. Wish me luck. So as you guys can see, the belt sander is old. It's from the 1970s. I don't know the actual date of it, and I needed to get a new one for the shop. I knew it was 220 voltage. I knew that it was around 48 inches, so I wanted to get something comparable. This one ended up being, I think, 36 inches. We didn't need anything really big anyways. We were quoted $5,000 for a new one. And I'm like, you know what? I can find one somewhere. It might be used, it might not be. We'll see what I can find. For comparable units to what we had there was around $1,800. That was still too much money for me. So I went on to the auction sites. I went on to eBay and Amazon and all those places. And I checked out Kijiji and Craigslist. And I found it on Kijiji. It was close by. So I called them up. I said, hey, I saw you still have that sandblaster. What's sandblaster? The belt sander. Do you still have it? Is it still available? He's like, yeah, it's still up. It's available. Okay, can you send me some pictures? So I grabbed those pictures so I could take a closer look at it. And I said basically over a text message, I said, if this thing looks as good as it does in real life and is just as strong, we might have a deal. What can you do about the price? Are you negotiable? I'm coming from Toronto, and I'll probably be taking the 407, so just let me know. And he hits me back with, he dropped about $100. I'm like, perfect. Consider it a deal. Let me just figure out what day I can come get it. And I chose this past Monday. And I went down there, picked it up. He even helped me load it up. I really didn't need his help, but it came with some other adapters that I didn't know about. It actually had an oscillating feature. I didn't know about that either, which is when at the end of it, it actually moves. So it moves the band up and down, and therefore when you put something to sand on it, it actually utilizes more of the blade, more of the band, and it sands it more evenly, and it polishes it more in that sense. Not a feature I need, not a feature I might even use, but it's there. If I want to disable it, I can disable it. And in the photos too, he showed me they can turn it flat, like basically 90 degrees. And I'm like, sweet. What else? And he had the curved piece you'll see in the photos, and or I might even demonstrate it. I don't know. The point is, I gave him a no BS offer. I asked him if he was negotiable. We eventually agreed on a day. I told him I would message him at noon and then message him before I would leave. That way he knows I'm coming. And then that way if anything was to come up on his end, I would have advance warning for it. And I was upfront about everything. And that's the point when I try to buy something or I try to sell something, I am upfront about everything. This is when I'm available. This is when I'm not available. And I pick a location that isn't necessarily my house most of the time, because I don't want anybody around my house. I often pick up things from people's homes, and I try to be as professional as possible. I call ahead of time. I let them know. Things of this nature, just to be a polite buyer and or seller. And that's how you can sell like a king. So I got the new shop bench grinder, belt sander. There we go. Back to the shop. So it comes with caster wheels, so it'll be nice to move around the shop if I so need to. Anyways, we're gonna unload this beast. Thank goodness for dollies. Oh, over here. Like, do this one-handed. I know this thing weighs a couple 100 pounds. Easy. I did break it though, getting it off. I'll show you guys that in a second. Let's see it from here. All right, so the new unit compared to the old unit, they're comparable. Obviously, this one's a lot newer. So what I broke, or the giant, so it does still work. It had a giant cover, and basically it was just a bigger stop button. So I could still fabricate something. But when I was pulling it off the truck, it got stuck, and I gave it more force instead of less, or looking what was stopping me. But this thing comes with a couple accessories. I'm not sure why the door is on the back. The guy I got it off of said the same thing. He doesn't know why the door is on the back either. Ta-da! Has no belts, so that's good. That's the owner's manual. That's also good. This neat little guy, which if you open this up, so if you loosen this off, bring that way, you drop this in, and it gives you access to the round part of the belt sander, which is awesome. Kind of like that. This is 220 volt. Needs to be clean and stuff. No idea what this is for. Good thing you have the owner's manual. It's quite heavy. No, it doesn't go there. It goes somewhere. So we'll figure that out later. So one extra belt, nice. I'm just trying to figure this beast out. So one extra belt there. This has to correspond to something that has, it's got to be something to do with the back here. No, those are too far apart. We will figure this out. But we have a new belt sander. Very happy with it. The guy who I was dealing with was actually really professional too, as you'll see in our text back and forth. I think it's nice when you find somebody who is very professional. Anyways, new belt sander in the shop. Thank you, Kijiji. So before I go, this is the switch I broke. I can literally melt this back together, and then I can make it like a little axle or a pin, or even use a nail, and then I can reattach that. And this sits right here, so you get a bigger stopping area, literally, and you just gotta slap that and it works. So this will be a tiny little project. I'll keep that to myself, so it'll just kind of show up one day, and then everybody like, oh, where'd this go from? The other thing this thing came from, like I said, wheels, so we can push this around the shop. Kind of liking this idea. Looks like it needs a few little tweaks to it, but I like that I can actually move it so we can clean around it, which we'll probably never do. But hey, wheels are better than no wheels, right?